Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Tracy with T.R.'s Tarot Talk 1111. And normally I do all of my shuffling for the daily love vibe off camera. However, today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I've got a new deck. It's called Moonology Oracle Cards by Yasmin Boland. I've been trying to learn about the planetary and moon phases. So I bought there's a book that comes with this. I just got it. I haven't read it yet. But we've been underneath some really crazy moon energy. So I thought we would build our bridge today instead of using the Angel Tarot. We're going to use the Moonology. And I'm not sure how that's going to work. Because I haven't done it before. But we're going to give it the old college 1-2. How's that? Alright, Spirit, we need overall energy for today, Tuesday, January 29th, 2019, for romantic interests, twin flames, and soulmates. Anybody who is on your heart and on your mind. It needs to be, for this reading, guys, you have to at least have a love interest. Somebody you've met, somebody you're talking to, somebody you've met in the past, somebody in the physical, tangible area of life. Because this is a union reading. It's called the Bridge to Union. Bridging the Gap to Union. So, if you don't have a significant person on your heart and on your mind, you might want to tune in to another reader or go look at my weekly zodiac signs, because they can be any relationship as long as it has emotions and love involved. Just look up your sign, sun, moon, and rising. Alright, Spirit, thank you, thank you. We're going to play with our new cards. May you give us clear and concise messages. I haven't used them, so I don't know what to expect any more than you guys do. Overall energy. Underlying lesson. Masculine to bridge to the feminine. Feminine to bridge to the masculine. And the bottom of the deck. Okay, then what's coming next here? I'm going to use the Osho Zen cards again. I like these ones. Okay, Spirit, what does divine masculine, divine feminine energies and soulmates and love and romance, what's going on today, and how can we bridge the gap in the union? How do we bridge the gap? What's going on in the masculine's head, heart, home, and hopes? And what's going on in the feminine's head, heart, or head, home, heart, and hopes. Sorry guys, I dropped a whole bunch of them. Had to go pick them up. Alright, Spirit, 2 more shuffles and we are going to cut and see what's going on with the masculine and feminine energies involved in this romantic connection. For Tuesday, today's Tuesday, January 29th. I think I said Wednesday before, but it's Tuesday. I bought me a new calendar. It's going to go right there so I can see every day without having to think about it, because without me being at work, I can't keep the days straight. All right. 1, 2, and 3. Spirit, what is going on in the headspace of the masculine, headspace of the feminine, home space, heart space, hopes, hopes. Bottom of the deck. Now we're going to get a couple of these. Kipper. Spirit, please show us what the masculine and feminines need to do to clarify their steps on the bridge to successful union. What do they need to do together? Or what clarity needs to come out for the cards that are drawn? Can you give us a message, Spirit, for romance and love, twin flames, soulmates? There we go. There's one. Any more? Do we have any more, or do we? Yep, there's another one. One more shuffle, Spirit. Anything else? Okay, I think we got it. Bottom of the deck, ooh, is the marriage card. Okay, so we use 3 decks. I want to start with that. Show you the bottom of the deck. This is just extra messages. I always look at the bottom of the deck. And for the Moonology Oracle cards, we have, I'm going to let you take a look at it, and then I'll read it. The answers you need are coming. This is full moon in Gemini. Now, I do have the book, and I'm going to just look and see how difficult it will be for me to look all these up. If it's too difficult, then I ain't messing with it because they're pretty straightforward. The answers you need are coming. So, this is a full moon in Gemini. It says this card is a reminder that it's important to speak your truth. But remember that your words have consequences and impact the listener. Right now, you need to guard against indiscretion. The answers you need may well come soon. The issue you're facing could well be one or a few conversations away from being resolved. If you're inquiring about a love situation, a little flirting may be called for right now. If you're in the middle of an argument, this card comes to you as a reminder of the old, very non-Gemini message. Least said, soonest mended. It's good to talk, but be careful you aren't causing yourself any issues with your words. Words have enormous power, as metaphysician Florence Scovel Shinn put it. Your word is your wand. You create magic and you own reality every time you express yourself. So, additional meanings for this card is don't be superficial. Have an important conversation, but stay calm. Someone's trying to flirt with you. Have you noticed? You need to laugh off this situation and just move on. Job applications have good prospects. So one or more of those might resonate with you. It says talk, talk, and more talk as the emotional full moon moves into the communicative sign of Gemini. It's too easy to say too much, so mind how you go if you pull this card. This card can also indicate an enjoyable social event, since the full moon in Gemini is a great time for socializing. Okay, I do not think I'll be reading the book on every one of these, but if we need clarification, then I will do so. So that is the answers you need are coming, and also it sounds like Spirit might be cautioning you to be mindful of the communication that happens when it comes. And then we've got the traveling card. This is a good card. This is the 8 of Wands. This is communication. So not only do we have in the new Moonology cards, answers you seek are now coming and communication, but we've also got the 8 of Wands. In this deck, it's called traveling, which could be traveling with the 8 of Wands. They could literally be moving right towards you, physically, or it could be communication via text mail, email, voicemail, hopefully phone calls, or a knock on the door. And then we have the marriage card in the Kipper deck on the bottom. So this situation involves marriage, one way or the other. Either you're going to get married or you've already gotten married and it's time to move on if you're trying to come into union with your divine counterpart. Okay, so what is the overall energy that you are operating under today? The full moon in Aquarius, it says. Show the world the real you. Show the world the real you. And I am going to just kind of look. There's the teaching part. It says the teaching. So we will do the teaching. And then we'll move on. The teaching, well, meanings, be aware of your feelings, be also prepared to move on. Really. Show the moon, or show the world the real you. This card brings the message from the cosmos that you need to detach a little from whatever situation you're asking about. Someone might be keeping you at arm's length now, but it's not a bad thing. It's important for you to allow life to unfold and progress, even if it changes and seems like a frightening prospect. If you've been holding yourself back from showing the world the real you, this card reminds you that your unique characters are what make you special. In a relationship, are you being too aloof or detached? Go ahead and be yourself in whatever is coming up for you. Be aware of your feelings, but also be prepared to move on. Don't lose the beauty and romance of life. You're too much in your head. Get out of your head and into your heart. A friend needs you. Be there for them. The situation's going to take a very unexpected turn. Every full moon is a time to release and let go, but the addition of Aquarian energy to the mix triples that message. Aquarius is the opposite of clingy, and pulling this card at any time suggests either you need to let go or someone is thinking they are the ones who need to let go, perhaps of you. What needs to go? What is the right thing to do? Whatever happens next could be highly unconventional or unexpected. Okay, so there's several meanings for this. It says show the world the real you. I'm hearing honesty. I'm hearing conversation with honesty. No masks, okay? Time to reveal your inner self. Take on that Queen and King of Swords energy where you speak your truth, but with balance. Not in the reverse where you cut off their heads. All right, so let's move on. What is in the masculine's headspace? He has the Eight of Cups in reverse. So he's letting go, guys. He's letting go of whatever has been holding him for so long in a holding pattern. Okay, Eight of Cups is all about walking away from a situation. And when it's in the reverse, it could literally mean that they're stuck and haven't moved on. Pardon me. But I'm hearing that he has already let go of quite a few things in his life that doesn't serve him. I feel like he might even be alone for the first time in many years. And he's letting go. He's purging too. I just heard Spirit say, no, don't forget. It's not just about walking away. It's about releasing and healing and purging and letting go. Eight of Cups is all about emotions and love and the feeling of dissatisfaction and needing to move to something that has more potential. So I feel like the masculine, some of them are healing and purging and working with the moon energy. I feel like the universe has just been, when I say universe, I mean God. But I don't like to say God because there's a lot of people that are not religious and they don't want to deal with the whole labeling thing. But just know when I say divine or I say universe or I say the one, it's all God, all of it. Okay? All right, so moving on. Looks like the masculine's purging, letting go, healing, and perhaps has walked away. That's why it's in the reverse. For a few of you, it could literally mean he needs to walk away and has not found the energy or the courage to do so yet. Let's see what's going on in the feminine's head. Nothingness. This is a nice card, guys. This is, let me see, just because it's different in this one. It's the Hierophant. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. This card illustrates that there's a spiritual teacher who's about to influence you or step into your life to impart his or her wisdom. Look around. Is there someone in your life who has education, knowledge, and ability to integrate spirituality and its laws into the constraints of the physical world? Okay, over time, the student often becomes the teacher, so don't be surprised when others seek you out and find you. This card of wisdom is letting you know that you have so much to share, whether you realize it or not. It's the Hierophant, but in this deck, it's nothingness. It's really, honestly, a clean slate. A clean slate. It's starting over. It's wanting, let's see. The way I describe it usually when I do readings with these cards is, it's like when the teacher has taught an entire year of lessons on a chalkboard. And now it's the end of the year and students are moving to the next level. And she or he, being the teacher, will have new students coming. So what they do is they clear the chalkboard. They get the old bucket and the sponge out and they scrub it down and they make it clean to get ready for a new lesson. So it's all about newness in this deck. It's about, you know, being receptive, being an empty vessel, emptying yourself without expectation so that you can be filled by the Holy Spirit and by life in new directions. The Hierophant also can represent marriage, law, like judges and police officers. It's the teacher, it's the Pope, okay? It can also be belief systems. It could be that the feminine has dropped old paradigms and old religious indoctrinations. Okay. All right, so moving on. She wants a clean slate, and it's all over her mind. I'm just going to sum it up that way. I'm sure there are many, many other ways that she can do that with the Hierophant. The Hierophant is all about the connection to the divine. Okay, so what's going on in the home space of the masculine? Yeah, Seven of Swords, deceit, dishonesty in the home space. So for some of you, if the karmics are still there, there's lying and there's manipulation and there's deceit happening. If the karmic is already gone, there might still be residual influences. They might be coming in and out of the home to move things. They might have to come and bring children on visit days. So just because there's a Seven of Swords in the masculine's home does not necessarily mean that the karmic is still there. And I only say this because I've been channeling for a while. I don't even like calling it channeling. I've just been getting messages. Channeling seems kind of creepy. I don't let any spirit take over my body. I just listen. That's all. And then I use my intuition on whether or not it's a higher vibration message. But I've been getting messages from the divine saying that most of the masculines that are in these three waves have already left their karmics, or their karmics left them, or they're taking a huge break away from each other. Okay, what's going on in the home of the feminine? Inner voice. Yeah, baby. That, I believe, is the High Priestess, but I'm not sure. Let me look. Let me look. I will look it up. Yep, the High Priestess. Intuition is the language of the soul. When this card shows up in a reading, it's a clear message that it's time to use your intuition. Just give it a chance and you'll quickly notice how it might be trying to get your attention. With so much information in this world vying for your every thought, it's easy to ignore or fail to acknowledge your insights. Synchronicities and so-called coincidences are powerful signs that intuition is knocking on your door. Have you heard a phrase or saying repeated by more than one person today? Do the same numbers keep showing up in your life? Has someone mentioned the name of a specific individual whom you were just thinking of? These are all signs for you to pause, be open, and pay attention. This is a perfect time to seek the answers from within. Turn inward where you'll find the solution and valuable insights that are waiting to assist you. Yeah. Okay, so the feminine in her home, she's just doing intuition work. Go figure. She might be purging, she might be healing, she might be doing stuff, but it doesn't look like she's doing a whole lot with her karmic. So for some of the feminines, perhaps they're working on becoming single and moving away from third-party situations. And remember, situations aren't always people. It's just whatever gets in the way of the union. Okay, so what is going on in the masculine's heart space? Aww. He's breaking paradigms, guys. He's recognizing his power. Look at how beautiful. He is the lion, but he has been made to believe for years, most of his life, that he was just another sheep. Just another sheep. But he's recognized, he's broke the bonds of conventional teaching. And now he's waking up to his divine calling. I want to look at something. Might be the strength card. I'm not sure in this one. No, it's the devil. Okay. So this is about addictions and codependency. So, yeah, it's also a form of slavery. It's no longer, you know, being chained to the belief system or the addictions or the problems. Because, you know, addictions aren't always physical. It's not always drinking and overeating or gambling or drugs or smoking cigarettes. Sometimes the addiction is codependence. And it's feeling like you're tied to everybody else's problems, and that, you know, it's also having a fear of change. Fear of change. And it's a recognition. It's a recognition because it's upside down. It's coming out of that energy. He's recognizing that the changes need to come from within. And he needs to unbind himself from all of the beliefs and all of the material things he's collected and all the addictions that step between him and union. But in his heart space, he's really working on it. He's really working on it. It's a major arcana card, and it's pretty deep, you know, the whole devil energy. So it's on his heart and mind today. It looks like he's purging and clearing. He's dealing with some deception and lies. And he's handling it by coming out of the devil energy. So kudos to him. And because it's on his heart, it's something that he really passionately desires to do. Okay, so in the feminine's heart space, look at 9 of Swords in reverse. In this deck, it's called sorrow. But it can be anxiety, sorrow, emotional meltdowns. That's what I like to call them. When that 9 of Swords is hanging over your head and you're worried and you're fretting and you're, you know, is it, isn't it, should I, shouldn't I, will I, won't I, you know, will he, won't he, that kind of stuff. Will he call, should I call, will we see each other, you know, is it really him, have I really found him, is this the one? Those kind of questions plague you. And on this journey, we've had this 9 of Swords in many different aspects of this union. And it's been in the masculines, it's been in the feminines, it's been in the head space, it's been in the heart space, it's been all over the place. But in her heart today, she desires rest. I'm hearing she needs a real night of sleep or a day of sleep because she's had so many sleepless nights that it's just it needs to be addressed. She's not going to be able to do the healing work that she needs to do without the rest that she needs. So for you Divine Feminines, if you're watching and you need a rest, today might be a good day for it. But because it's in your heart space and not in your hopes, or, you know, it's not in the 3D right now. It's in your heart space. So it tells me you have a desire for this. You have a desire for a little downtime, a desire to step away. Because look, in this card, this man is sad. He's been crying and he's secluded himself. Okay, but this is in the reverse. So, you know, maybe some of you feminines with this moon energy have been seriously struggling to purge and release and just doing it day in and day out. I know I've spent days crying and I could use a nap. So that might be what she's hoping for today. It's in her heart space. She just wants a little, she wants the universe to just give her a break. Just quit hammering at her and her karmic patterns for a couple of hours so she can get some sleep. That's what I'm hearing. If that resonates with you, then please leave a comment below and let me know. While you're at it, if you like this reading, please hit the like button and subscribe. Okay, what is going on in their hopes? What is the masculine hoping for today? Two of Pentacles, moment to moment. He's just hoping to find balance, and he wants to figure out how to not have to juggle all the time, how to just put down those damn two pentacles for a few moments and not feel like every day, every moment he is trying to juggle this situation. This is common. Don't freak out, guys. It's common because it's a long, arduous journey, and just because we've been awakened with the DNA upgrades and the 1111 and all the number codes, just because we've been activated doesn't mean that there isn't time that has to lapse. You know, I'm looking at these cards with the waxing and waning of the moons, and it's a gentle reminder to me that this is not something that, you know, I'm hearing Rome wasn't built in a day. So, you know, we have to have patience. He's just living his life moment to moment, and he's trying to juggle his emotions, juggle what's going on in his life. And his hope is, because it's in the hope and fears, his hopes is that his feet land on the rocks and that he's safely guided forward in his quest to figure this whole love thing out. Some of these masculines can't even understand why they feel the way that they do. They just know that it's just really difficult not to follow, because the universe is not just nudging anymore. I mean, we've had tower moments. We've got 2x4s happening upside the head. Divine is seriously working behind the curtain to try and bring these couples together because they have a contract. Okay, and I just want to remind you guys, I do read from the Divine Masculine and Feminine energies, but this applies in any relationship that is of a romantic nature. Okay, so just because you don't feel like you're on a twin flame journey, these are soulmates, these are life contracts of romantic partnerships, whether it's karmic, soulmate, twin flame, you know, but it still applies, okay, or it should. If it doesn't resonate with you, then, you know, go read somebody else's spreads. But I've been getting a lot of feedback from people, and I think I'm on the right track. So try to look at this from your perspective and see if it resonates. If it doesn't, go check out my buddy Rich. Rich Lopp, L-O-P-P. He's cool. And his energy's off the charts right now. He's so on it. I'm going to reach out and tell him to send me some. All right, so the masculine's hoping to just be able to navigate this tumultuous time without failing. He doesn't want, he has a fear of failure and a fear of abandonment and a fear of change. And that was a direct message from my spirit guides yesterday. Okay, well, in the feminine's hopes, we have the Death card in reverse. In this deck, it's called Transformation. And it literally is a spiritual and sometimes physical transformation. It's in the reverse, so she's hoping that the death, the cycle of death that happens is not with the masculine, that it's going to be in other areas. Some of you have been watching other tarot readers and you keep getting this Death card. And if the Death card hasn't been properly explained to you, it can bring a lot of anguish and worry, anxiety. But don't be anxious, because the Death card is not a literal death. Yes, it can be. If it shows up, like here we've got sorrow and transformation together. If this wasn't specifically assigned, you know, to heart and hopes, if they came up in a past, present, future, I might actually look at that as though somebody had passed away and you were mourning them and they, you know, transformed from physical to spirit. However, in this spread, that's not what this means. This is the Death card in reverse. This is her either having a moment of fear and not wanting to go through the transformation, or she's gone through the transformation and she's coming out the other side as the phoenix rising from the fire. And her hopes are that she gets through it safely, and she's hoping that this transformation is exactly what is needed to put her feet back on the path that she has always dreamed that she was meant to be on. Okay, so let's move on. What do they need to do to come into each other's, or into union with each other? The masculine, it's time to take action. New moon in Aries. Yeah, time to take action. I could get behind that. How about you guys? Can you get behind that? New moon in Aries. The flame is lit, but a bing. The flame is lit. Twin flames, you've been lit. A wonderful new start beckons and you're on the right track. Drawing this card is a superbly positive sign if there is something you want to happen in your life. Take this card as a big fat yes from the universe. This is the time to really attune into your dreams. You may still have a long way to go. After all, Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. But you're well on your way. Determination, self-assertion, and bravery are called for. But the hot fire of Aries is driving you towards success in whatever endeavor you're asking about. The caution, don't go too fast, and don't forget your manners. Treat people well as you charge towards your goals. You'll create much better karma for yourself in the long run. If you're tuning into this moon card, it says don't even think about giving up. The end is right across the line. Do your best and be happy with that. Avoid being brash right now. Treat people with kindness, as tongues can be as wagging as swords. You need a 12-month plan. You need a 12-month plan. There's some advice I can get behind. And it says a new mate is coming into your, a new male is coming into your life. It's time to take action. Yeah. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, so the new moon in Aries is the first of the 12 or 13 new moons of this year. If you're committed to working with all the lunations, then the new moon in Aries is the right time to start. And drawing this card, no matter when you do it, signifies it's also the ideal time to start your moon work, such as setting your intentions and manifesting. Ah, good job, guys. Yeah, so the masculine is moving, or at least needs to. That's what Spirit's saying. You need to take action. Look at, we've got Aries here and Aries here for the feminine. A fiery climax approaches. Yeah, baby. Yeah. I'm not even going to go there, but you know, if you got a dirty mind like I do, you just went there, didn't you? Full moon in Aries. Full moon in Aries. Spirit, talk to us. A fiery climax approaches. It's time to see if you've been a little bit too much me, me, me. There's a tug of war going on between what you want and what someone else wants. But you'll have to wait a little while to see what's going to happen next. As you wait, ask yourself if you've been handling the situation as sensitively as you could have done. We've gotten a couple messages here about caution. Don't speak too much and be willing to listen. And don't say anything harsh. See, he's got this shit going on over here in the house today. So be mindful of how we speak to one another. If you know deep down that you've been a little rash or harsh, gone too fast, or overstepped the mark, then accept that on some level you've created this situation yourself, which means you can create your way out of it too. When this card comes up, a peak is coming, and it could be fiery. Attune to this moon card. Be nice, be kind, smile, be polite as you navigate to where you want to be. Being assertive is good, just don't ride roughshod over anyone. So I think the ram energy is the masculine energy. It's like the swords, the air energy. It says, if you're in a tense situation, meditate your way to peace and don't be a crybaby. Sorry, but this could be your issue. You need to have more fun. The full moon in Aries is a super fiery time when emotions can run very high. On the upside, there's excitement about what might lie ahead, but tempers are likely to flare with rash comments or decisions. No matter when you pull this card, it signals that the situation has just, or is about to, come to a peak, perhaps in a rather heated way. There could be a price to pay if you have been too competitive or too blunt. Well, that's not the way I took that card. But that's okay. I'm an intuitive. I'm going to tell you, some of you guys might hook up. And things could get a little spicy. And if not in the 3D, then definitely in the 5D. And, you know, there might be some sexting going on. That's how I take that. Okay. Also, be mindful of your words and be polite and treat people the way you want to be treated. And look at, we've been getting this. I don't know who this military person is. I'm going to throw a clarifier on that. But the steps the masculine and feminine need to take together is to find their great happiness. They're going to need this military guy, and I'm not sure who he is. Now, perhaps your masculine is a military guy. That could be that. But it also could just simply mean going by the book. You know, people who are in the military are very, disciplined. Disciplined. That's what I'm hearing today. I mean, it could literally be that your masculine was in the military, or a friend or somebody who's been in the military might help you to build a bridge between you and your masculine into, or your feminine, into union. But I'm kind of hearing that today is a day to be vigilant. I don't know why. So be careful what you say. Be careful what you do. Only act out of kindness in the highest vibration. Somebody might trigger you today, and that's okay, because we are looking for these triggers. We want these triggers because they point out to us the areas of our lives that we are still broken and haven't healed in. So be mindful of what you say. Be loving, be compassionate, be playful, be flirtatious. Okay? But go by the book, no cheating. If you're in karmic relationships and you know that that could cause damage to the union with your divine masculine or feminine, then you need to honor your vows until you're able to move away from that commitment. For others of you, you just need to follow the rules. You know, if your masculine or feminine has put up boundaries and said, listen, I work on such and such time and I can't take phone calls. Please don't bother me during that time. You have to be respectful and you have to go by the book. You know, being militant means being disciplined. All right, so be disciplined. He's also on a white horse. So that's good news. And then the great happiness is a number 8. Well, the military is a number 4, which is foundations and base and, yeah, foundations. It's square, you know. Nothing's going to knock it over or destroy if you build it right from the ground up. So in order to come into union, you might have to follow the book. Go by the book. Follow the plan. And then it will lead you to your great happiness. And that's a number 8. And it's all about bounty and abundance. So, what is the lesson to be learned? Step out of your comfort zone. North Node. Ooh, let's look at that. North Node. North Node. Where are you, North Node? 116. Step out of your comfort zone. There's a strong feeling when you get this card that it's time to leave the past behind somehow. Because you are headed in the right direction. If you want to be happy and fulfilled, look, we got great happiness. If you want to be happy and fulfilled, you need to get going towards doing that thing that scares you within reason. This card is all about living your life's purpose, which is possibly what you've asked about. It's urging you to dare to do something different with your life and your directions. So take action now. Are you willing to follow through and lead the life you incarnated to live? If you finally find the courage to make the leap, there's a good chance you'll come to ask yourself, why did I wait so long? If you attune yourself to this moon card, then you know in your head, or no, it says, I know I'm headed in the right direction. When you tune into this moon card, you know you're headed in the right direction. Additional meanings could be you're headed for something which feels like destiny. Yeah. Do you think? You need to face the fear and get over it. Purging. Time to stop obsessing about someone or something. Go within. Do your work. Stand on your own 2 feet. You've totally got this. The North Node is where the moon crosses the ecliptic going north. It's a karmic point, and on the horoscope chart shows us what we need to do and where we need to go with our life to find satisfaction, fulfillment, and happiness. The North Node is the karmic astrological point that reminds us, to paraphrase Andre Guide, whoever that is, that in order to discover new oceans, we have to be prepared to lose sight of the shore. That's beautiful. So, Andre Guide, G-I-D-E. In order to discover new oceans, we have to be prepared to lose sight of the shore. I like that, guys. That's a good way to end that reading. Yeah, so step out of your comfort zone. And, you know, everybody fears change. I shouldn't say everybody. I mean, I kind of have a gypsy soul, so change is nice. I like change. Matter of fact, I really had to struggle to be not in a committed relationship, because I don't have any trouble with commitment. Matter of fact, I'm almost to the extreme when it comes to being committed. However, that doesn't mean that I like to sit still. I like to be moving. I like to travel and roam, and, you know, I'm a gypsy at heart. I really think in a previous life I probably did divination and was a gypsy and just, you know, traveled the world. But when it comes to family and affairs of the heart, that's where change becomes difficult for me, and probably for you guys too. So if you're feeling a little fear today due to not wanting to step outside of your comfort zone, not wanting to be rejected, not wanting to be forgotten, or to look silly or stupid, Today is a day to be mindful of your words. Be mindful of your words, okay? Don't just puke truth all over somebody. And you might have to be gentle today. Okay, so that is your message for Tuesday, January 29th, 2019. But they're kind of timeless. They're timeless. Masculine's doing inner work and the feminine's doing inner work. The time is now. It says it's time to make a move. It's time to take action. A fiery climax approaches. Show the world the real you. Step out of your comfort zone. The answers you need are coming at you. There's transformation. There's, you know, all kinds of really, really good stuff happening here. But I do feel like this is going to take some time. So you guys have to be patient. All right? All right, so that's the end of the reading for soulmates and romantic partners. Now we're going to go into just the divine twins and see what's going on in their world today. And I'm getting kind of a little bit bored with the same old, so I'm going to try. Let's get some of these messages. Spirit, can we get some messages for divine masculine, divine feminine energies for Tuesday, January 29, 2019. Energy, there it goes. Bada-bing. Oh, look at the big old cup of love, guys. Awakening ancient wisdom. Deeper inner knowing is emerging within you. How beautiful. Beautiful. Any more messages, Spirit? Any more messages? Oh, I'm getting a lot of them here. Let's fix this. Any more messages for DMDV for Tuesday, January 29, 2019? How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? One more. Okay, we'll take it. And I always look at the bottom. Cultivating prosperity. The abundance of the universe is pouring into my life. How beautiful is that? All right, and then we have communicating freely. I communicate from the depths of my being. But remember, you're being cautious to communicate with love and compassion. Okay? Don't be cutting people in two with your tongue today. Because words, harsh words can cause damage. And that damage creates karma. That's why we're purging now, because of all the damage that's been created in the past through fighting and arguing and harsh words. So whether you're dealing with your karmic partner or you're dealing with your divine counterpart, be kind. Communicate freely. Speak your truth, but do so in a kind, gentle, mindful manner. Okay? And then believe in magic, because true magic is abounding in your life right now. We are the magicians. We are co-creating this new world together. That's what we came here for. Standing firm. I am noble, brave, and strong. Step out of your comfort zone, guys. You can do it. I'm hearing, you can do it, just me and you, with a little love. All right, so igniting courage. I am strong, valiant, and courageous. Look at, I'm hearing strong, strong, strong. I am strong. Communicating strong. Abounding strong. And you got the masculine energy. It's a really strong day for masculine energy. It doesn't mean male or female. It's an energy. The feminines can embrace their masculine energy the same as the masculine can embrace their feminine. So, let's see what else. What other kind of trouble can we get in today's Spirit? Okay. I'll take them. And I ain't taking any more. Not doing it, because I don't want this reading to be so long that you don't get it today. Usually I make my readings a day in advance, but I couldn't do it yesterday because I had to go to physical therapy. So it's going to be probably later in the afternoon that you get your daily love vibe. And I apologize. I'll be recording tomorrow's today, so I don't have to give it to you late all the time. All right. Ground yourself. Spirit says to ground yourself. When you detach from your awareness of your body and the physical world, you become ungrounded. Although it's pleasant to float heavenward, your attention and work are needed upon the earth. We're helping you balance the spiritual and material so that you can enjoy a fulfilling earthly life. Good, good, good. Yeah, I have to ground myself a lot. Pardon me. Heart chakra. Love is in the heart. Love is the heart of the matter. Your heart is the center within your physical being attuned most to love. It's safe for you to love and be loved with an open heart as we stand by with perfect protection and guidance. And then we have life's purpose. The purpose of your life is to serve in a way that brings great joy to yourself and others. Don't worry about finding your purpose. Instead, focus upon serving a purpose, and then your purpose will serve you. Yeah. All right. Couple romance angels, and I'm moving on. It really, really feels to me like it's just another day of healing, guys. I mean, I would like to say there's going to be a lot of movement. We do have the 8. I think there's going to be communication. For those of you who are in communication with your counterpart, I believe today there will be more communication. However, I don't feel like it's going to be an epiphanic day as far as union goes. There's still work to be done. Ooh, we got the honeymoon card. Enjoy the bliss of a holiday time together. That's beautiful. So for some of you, you might... Ooh, and I do know that there are some divine masculines and feminines who are expecting a child and engaged to be married. We have flirt. Extend your light-hearted energy to others. However, if you're not in union and you're not engaged to be married, the honeymoon is simply about spending time together. Perhaps going away for an afternoon or a night or a weekend. And it's time to release your ex. So the karmics are still in consideration for some of you. The time has come to clear your energy and to release and let go of your ex. Any more, Spirit? Any more for divine masculine, divine feminine for January 29th, 2019? Any more, any more, any more, any more, any more? All right, that's it. We be done. We got getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Yeah, honeymoon. Spend time together. How is your bond going to deepen if you don't spend any time together? And that's what we've been working on, right? Is union. So for some of you, that might actually be happening. It really feels like they're moving. It's kind of like there's a day where the movement's really fast. And then there's like a day or days where there's nothing. And then all of a sudden, ding dong, you get that message or you get that clarity from Spirit. If you're not getting literal messages, then you're getting downloads. So, you know, honeymoon, spend time together. Flirt, release your ex. This is true love. True love. This is the romance of a lifetime. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. That's what we're trying to do, guys. We're trying to work on this. We're trying to get all of the things in order. In order for you to come into union, we have to be in divine balance. And that doesn't mean you have to be perfect. Not at all. There's no perfection needed. It just means you have to be willing and open to allow Spirit to guide you and move you. This isn't something you should be forcing. This isn't something that you should be, excuse me, invested in the outcome You cannot control or manipulate this. And if you're trying to, you're just going to self-sabotage. Don't force anything. Do your work. Do you. Be you. Live your perfect and best life. Because when you do that, your divine counterpart is like a magnet. Just draws your other half right to you. Okay? So that has been your message for today. And I am going to follow up with a postcard from Spirit. Okay. I don't know what's going on with my throat today. Dear you, you are in such good shape right now that we're all doing a happy dance. Yeah. In this moment, you have the power to make a choice to get with Spirit and co-create a miracle. You may wonder where this is all going, but if you want to manifest your desires for the highest good, you need to stay focused on the now, not the past, not the future. What can you do in this moment, in this now, I lost my place. To manifest your desires for the highest good, you need to stay focused on the now. All power is in the present moment. Ask yourself, what are your dominant thoughts right now? What beliefs are you motivated by right now? Do you have clarity right now? How is your conscious contact with the divine right now? Are you plugged in, or are you trying to do life all by yourself? Your small self. Get rid of negativity. Get rid of negative energy now. Resentments be gone forever. Forgiveness and love enter, please. You can do your life beautifully and create your most powerful future right here, right now, in this moment. Aren't you thrilled to know you have a huge cheering section going on over here? Love and hugs always. So yeah, we're in manifestation, guys. You can't be thinking about the negative. You've got to be thinking about the positive. Get rid of negative energy. Now. We got a lot of nows in this card. Get rid of your resentment. Resentments be gone. Now. Forgiveness and love enter. Now. You can do your life beautifully and create your most powerful future right here, right now, in this moment. Aren't you thrilled to know that you have a huge cheering section over here? Beautiful. So, guys, it's time. I've been hearing that for, 2 months now. The time is now. The time is now. The time is now. So, are you doing your work? Are you preparing for this union? Because the time is now. If you're not, the time is now. So your overall energy today is to, I do believe, for those of you who are in contact with one another, there will be contact today. Be mindful of what you say. Be gentle in what you say. There's a lot of brokenness between most of the masculines and feminines, and there's some hurtfulness and some I'm sorry's that need to be spoken from one or both of you. So if you get caught up in a conversation that ignites you and triggers you, be mindful of how you communicate. None of the cards said don't communicate. They simply said be mindful of how you communicate. Communicate with love and compassion and a desire to work it out. Okay? Love and light, guys. I will see you on Wednesday, January 30th. Oh my God. End of the month, guys. We're moving on, moving on. February's going to be February fantabulous. I love you. Remember, I love you. And check out the description box for all the information, for everything that's going on. Love you guys. See you tomorrow.